So this is the National Instruments another DAC card for acquiring the signal from the thermocouple. So it is the number is NI9211. It is a 4-channel 24-bit thermocouple input. So all the signal conditioning that is required for the thermocouple is built in within this DAC card. So now this DAC card is normally available in this way. So this is the chassis what we have. So this chassis will have an USB cable connector which has to be connected to your PC. Now here we have a slot wherein by pressing this slot over here, this RS-232 connection serial interface what we have has to go and sit on this. It has to clamp like this. So once it is clamped, so this chassis will be holding this particular DAC card. So it is having 4 channels, TCO plus TCO minus, TC1 plus TC1 minus, like that you have 4 channels here, and plus 1 common ground and 1 more pin you have which is of no connection. So now to this thermocouple, I have first thermocouple channel 0 I will be using. So 2 wires I am taking here which in turn is connected to a thermocouple. So this we have a thermocouple to which this red to red and black to black I have chosen so that it will be easy for us to match with the terminals. Actually, if in the beginning, if you are not able to know which terminal lead wire has to go to positive or negative terminal, I will be showing on the max. You have a connection diagram. This connection diagram will give us which terminal has to be connected to what. So likewise, so we will be connecting the thermocouple to the channel 0 of the DAC card, that is NI9211, which is a thermocouple input. So it has having all the signal conditioning. So we don't have to think about any having additional signal conditioning circuit here from the thermocouple. So normally, as we know that any sensor connected needs and signal conditioning, because the output coming from the sensor will be normally in the millivolts. So now that signal along with that some noise can also be there, where separately the isolation and the noise filtering and all other required signal conditioning part has to be taken care of. So here nothing has to be done, though signal conditioning circuit is needed here because we are using an DAC card with built-in signal conditioning circuit. Just we have to connect whatever the thermocouples. So we know that thermocouples are very much used in industries where the temperature is one of the major parameter that has to be monitored in many of the plants. So thermocouple, we know there are different type of thermocouple, J-type, K-type, like that. So any type of thermocouple can be chosen here. So the corresponding signal conditioning circuitries will be there and it is being taken care of. So like this, actually for every sensor you will have a built-in signal conditioning dedicated DAC cards available. So that signal conditioning part is being eliminated and directly we can start work with the sensor. And then what I have here is, I have a cup filled with water just to show in the variation in the temperature readings from the DAC card that will be acquired. So this is the setup of the hardware setup of the DAC card. So directly no signal conditioning, just a thermocouple is taken, connected to the channel, and then this DAC card through the chassis is connected to the PC through the USB cable, and I have a beaker wherein one end of a thermocouple is dipped inside the water beaker, a cup containing the water to show the variation in the temperature. Now let's come back on the max. We'll see how to configure and configure this particular DAC card, thermocouple DAC card, to acquire the signal through 2 methods. One is using through the max, how we can create the task, and then directly from the LabVIEW software using NI DACmax function palette, how do we connect the DAC card? How do we create the task? So 2 methods, as I mentioned to you during the class, I will be demonstrating it now.
Okay, we'll see from the max how to create the task now. So we'll click on NI USB that is 9211 device now. So when I click on this, you'll see on the right side all the buttons are getting enabled. So first and foremost thing, as we know that we have to do the self-testing. So self-testing completed successfully is the message we have got. So which indicates that the resources requested by the DAC card 9211 is being given by the PC. So all the memory resources, memory and the IO peripherals are the resources which are being requested, and that is being given by the PC. Now coming to the test panel. So first we have to see, when we go for the test panel, we'll come to know in what are all the modes in which this particular device can be configured and all this detail. So now here what we can say is, this particular device we can just do only analog inputting operation. So no other operation is done, because this is dedicated DAC card for acquiring the signal from the thermocouple. So likewise you have 4 channels, so 0, 1, 2 and 3 what is there. So next mode of acquisition, how you want, whether whenever you on demand you want, whether for the finite amount of time you want to record, or continuously you want to record the data. And then what we have is the differential. So now in this there is no other modes in which the DAC card can be configured. So only differential mode is the only option which are available. So like this, when I come for the test panel, I'll be knowing what are all the differential mode in which what are the configuration mode in which the DAC card can be configured, and the channel names and all other informations properly. So you just run this particular device. So inbuilt some signal it will send. So just for us to do the testing of the DAC device, then press OK, stop and close it. Now after the test panel, we have another option called as a create task. We'll come to this later. We'll see the device pinouts. If you just see here, these are all the device pinouts what we have on the NI-USB 9211 9211 DAC card. So like this we can come to know that is what it is, all differential. So 4 channels which are there. So once you know the pins layout, you can come back. Now we'll see the create task now. So when you go for the create task, so you will be navigated through the process in which you will be able to create the task. So the first step of creating the task is whether you want to acquire the signal or generating. So any outputting kind of an operation, whether it is analog outputting, digital or counter outputting, then we go for generation. So if we are trying to inputting, whether it is analog or digital inputting or counter inputting, then we go for acquire. So it is an analog inputting thing, so we'll go for an acquired signal. So what type of acquisition? It is an analog input acquisition. So what is that? Whether it is voltage or temperature, we should not select see, other than some normal analog voltage, if you're trying to do that, then we have to choose this voltage. But here it is very specific DAC card which is used for acquiring the signal from the thermocouple. So hence it is a temperature. So out of this, what are the sensors that we are going to connect? So it is the thermocouple. So I should be using the thermocouple DAC card. So now it will choose us what all the channels through which you want to connect. So I have chosen analog input 0. So as we have connected a thermocouple to the 0th channel of the channel. So let us give us some name for the task. Now let the default name be my temperature task underscore 4 is there. I'll just give it as new. So finish. I'll click on finish. So once you do this, then what we have here is the temperature has come over here, and you have an acquisition mode. So you can have whatever the mode you want, whether hardware trigger time or n samples is nothing but your finite mode, and other one is a continuous, whether continuously you want to select. So select this acquisition mode. These are the time settings, and the number of samples to read and the sample rate is fixed for this particular thermocouple. So please don't change this number of samples and the rate. So it leads to the malfunctioning of the thing, and the data will not be acquired properly. Hence here we go with the default settings, because it is a built-in kind of a DAC card where certain things are being fixed, predefined. We are not supposed to change them. So now coming to this thermocouple setup here, you can select what the max, but default settings is that try to go with the default settings. So minimum and maximum temperature ranging is what is given here. So thermocouple type you have to choose out of the various thermocouple type. So I'm using a K type, hence I'll be choosing a K type. Now cold junction compensation, that is CJC source, you will have 3 different option here. Built-in you want, or constant you want, and constant value, if anything is there you can go and feed in those values, or through some particular channel you want to go. So we'll be going with a built-in, very simple it is. And then once I have done this, so you have something called as a connection diagram here. If you go and click on that, here it will show you that for the thermocouple type that I have chosen, that is K type. So one end is the nickel and chrome combination. Another terminal metal is of the lead of the nickel and aluminium, where how the connection has to be done, it will show to us. So with this connection, looking into this diagram, I'll be connecting my thermocouple to the DAC card in the given channel slots that are chosen. So now here I would also like to tell you here that here you can go on adding and removing the channel as many times as possible. So when I add or remove the channel, again it will take us to the same process in which the configuration we have done. So also if you right click on this particular temperature, right click, you will have an option where whether you want to change it to a global or the physical channel. So as I said to you, there are two channel, that is the local task can be a local and as well as it could be the global. So when I say it is global, accordingly it will change to a global. So now let it be at the physical channel only. Then we can just run this particular program and just see how the temperature value is varying here as a sample testing. Either you want in the form of a graph form you can have, or if you want the tabular form, the values will be depicted like this. Now once you are satisfied with the configuration that goes in, then you can save that particular task. Now this particular task is being saved now. Now what I will do, now the task is being created using the Max. Now to access this particular task on the LabVIEW software, I will come to let us move to the LabVIEW software. I open the new VI here, go back, go to this thing here, IO, what you have on the control panel on the front panel. So go to DACMax name controller. So it is a task name. This is a task what I have to call. So likewise you have task, channel, any global channel if you have created, any physical channel. Likewise if you want to access, you can go and take them. So since we are interested in the task, I will take with the task here. Now when I create a task, task controller here, you have to go here, scroll down and take whichever the task what we have created now. Now the task what was created now here was, our name was my temperature task underscore new. So now I have got this task. Now how do I access this particular task onto the LabVIEW software? So now how do we do this is, as I said to you, from the task we can generate the code in 3 different ways. Correct? One is using example. So example code will be generated. So configuration means the entire configuration information will be ported from Max to the LabVIEW software, and configuration and example if you give, both of them will be transmitted. So I will just go with the configuration. See, first I'll show with an example. So it is generating the code, and this is how the example code will look for us. Just have a look at them. Look at the task. Now the task what is being created in the LabVIEW in the Max, I am able to get it into the LabVIEW software. So now task name, I have created the option, the code, how I generated the code over here is, it is through the example. That is the first method I have chosen. It is the example. Now let us run this. When I run this, you are able to see the temperature, how it is varying. Now the temperature is 28.5 what it is showing. So I am just holding this in my hand. So now as I am holding it, due to the variation, increase in the temperature because of the friction from my hand, so you can see the temperature is varying here. So now I will dip the thermocouple into the cup which is having the water, which I showed you earlier. So now you can see the drop in the temperature what is happening. So earlier I was holding in my hand, now I have kept it inside a beaker, so the temperature is decreasing now gradually. So stop. So this is one way in which the task can be created from the example. So now same thing what I will do is, let us try to do with the, I'll just undo. Now I'll try to generate the code using the configuration. See now what is happening. So now just the configuration is obtained here. No, I don't have any other information. So task output is there. So from this configuration setup, then I have to go to Max. So from the Max channel, then I have to take this virtual channel and all these things, and I have to connect and carry ahead with my further connections. So sometimes it is required for us to have just the configuration information, like that. So normally what we'll do is, we can have both the configuration and example. Let us go for the third mode. So in this, both the configuration and as well as the task name, everything it is available. So now what we have to do, if just the configuration is there, so this is the extra things that we have to rig up. So here now you see again same thing, no change. So I have chosen the third option. So example and first example, we got all the signal acquired here with all those DACMAX channel and start and all those. So now here with a configuration and example, you have a configuration information here and plus your code. So now when I run this program here again the temperature is going to increase, so there is no change. So these are the three different ways in which the task which is being created in the Max can be accessed onto the LabVIEW software. So likewise you can see them. So apart from that, I don't want, separately if I want to create the task on the LabVIEW software itself, if I want to do it, so that is also possible. So without going to the Max, directly if I want to do it, I can do that also. So now how we'll do is, I will go here. So new VI. So Control T. Using NI DACMAX. Actually, I have created already. I'll just show you that part itself because it is easier. Now here, without going to the task, I have created the task directly, built the logic directly on the LabVIEW software here. So now what I have used here is, I have used all the functions whatever is there here. That is, the first one is I'll just have the help here so that I'll get to know. So create virtual channel is what I have used here. So on these functions, please remember they all are polymorphic in nature. So you have to go and select what is that. So analog input, it's a temperature, it's a thermocouple. So that is what is the selection I have done. Then I have to use the DACMAX timing.vi, which helps us in selecting what mode, whether you want in the continuous mode, finite mode, or hardware time, that is hardware trigger time mode. So sampling rate is fixed. Please don't change the sample rate because if it leads to the malfunctioning of the DAC cards because they are built in. Next, it is the DACMAX start task VI is done. So this will enable us to load. No, it is a buffered kind of an acquisition what I mentioned. So this task DACMAX task.vi will unload the data from the DAC buffer to the PC buffer, and from the PC buffer the data will be read by the DACMAX read.vi, and from PC buffer it will transfer to the LabVIEW buffer. Now at the output, this is the data which is available in the LabVIEW buffer. So this data I'm taking and plotting it on the waveform chart, and then it is configured in the continuous mode. For the continuous mode, we know that this particular setup flowchart, we have seen it, that it has to be enclosed, read has to be enclosed within the while loop. So now let us run. Here, before running, we have to select to which particular channel the data is connected. So it is analog input 0 channel. So when I run, again you can see here, the data is getting acquired here. So as I'm holding it in my hand now, so the temperature is increasing accordingly. So now this task I have created directly on the LabVIEW software without going on to the Max software. So this is how we can create. Similarly, if you want to create in the finite mode, just we have to go and select the finite mode option over here. So in the finite mode, remove this particular LabVIEW, this while loop here, and if you run again, for whatever the time duration that you give here, specify for that particular time duration, it will acquire and it will stop.